Hi, it's been sort of 4 or 5 days since I've injected the Humira, and I just wanted to talk you through my experience of it. I had intended on filming me injecting it, but to be quite honest, I went to pieces. The nurse called me on the day to say that she'd arrived early, take the pen out of the fridge, which I did, and let it come up to room temperature. I was glad that she came earlier. I was probably going to work myself up into a bit of a frenzy in that last hour anyway, so it was good that she was there. She came in, she was wonderful. She talked me through what Humira was going to do on my system, and how long I might expect to wait for it to work, what I should and shouldn't eat whilst I'm on it, you know, when to not inject. She was very, very thorough. In fact, I'll read you through her notes in just a second, but I was in a state and I was in a panic. I'd watched a lot of YouTube videos where people were saying that it was quite a painful injection, so I'd become a bit frantic over that, really. She showed me the pen. This is it. She held it like that, pulled cap one down, obviously taught me the check sell by date, and that when you inject, the yellow marker comes down. All of those things that you've probably seen yourself. So yeah, and then it was time. So I removed the top cap, placed it on my thigh, and started shaking uncontrollably, basically. It sounds quite pathetic now, but for me, it was really, really nerve-wracking. She came over and just held the pen in place and encouraged me to just press the top whenever I was ready, but to make sure that that I didn't pull it up before the 10 seconds was up. And that was it, really. I did that. The injection itself, I have to say, was not painful. As in the needle, it's down there, that's not painful. And for me, I know that this probably goes against a lot of what everybody else is telling you on here. The actual injection, as in the whole thing, it wasn't a painful thing at all. And so I was hugely relieved at that. I couldn't quite believe that that was that it was not as painful as what I was thinking. Whether that's because adrenaline or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, the nurse before she left told me that somebody was going to come back for my next injection to talk me through that as well. And she also reassured me that if I ever needed a nurse to come back and help me with it, because I was so traumatized, that they would come back and help me. And so that it was sort of an easy experience in that way, that I was more traumatized by how I reacted than I was by the actual injection itself. Having said that, that night and the following day and a lot of the days following it, I felt dreadful. I had brain fog, I felt sick, my leg ached like somebody punched it. But all of that, I guess I could deal with because the injection wasn't painful. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you're afraid of needles and you're afraid of the actual injection hurting, for me, that wasn't the problem. It was the day after of the feeling dreadful and the feeling like I had brain fog. So that was it, really. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be in terms of the injection. I will read you what she gave me. What did I do with that? I told you I've got terrible brain fog at the moment. No, wait there. Here it is. She gave me a full list of instructions. Put this pen here. Never inject when you have a cough or a cold sore. Never inject on antibiotics. Stop injections. My mother wrote this down and I can't quite work out what her handwriting says. Stop injections before dental surgery, extractions or surgical operations. Oh, that's 2 weeks. Okay. After the procedure, don't take for another 2 weeks. That's another 2 injections, so that's 4 in total. Avoid people with chickenpox and the shingles, which I have to do anyway because I'm on azathioprine, which is an immunosuppressant. And anybody who's on immunosuppressants will know that chickenpox is probably one of your number 1 enemies. And she made it very clear that I was to have no live jabs. So I can go and get the fluid jab, which I always need to do every year, but I need to check whether it's a live or a dead vaccine. I can have a dead vaccine, but certainly not a live one. She gave me a list of foods to avoid. No runny eggs, no soft cheese, no pate. I don't like pate anyway. No pasteurised milk products. Drinking milk directly from a cow is not my idea of fun anyway. Although I do like that unpasteurised brie. So that's all off. No underdone meat. In fact, what she said was cremate it, which is sad for me. Wash fruit and veg before eating it. And then she went through the side effects, and then basically she said anything that's not normal for you is a side effect. So far, my side effects have included foggy brain, which I have to say is pretty normal for me. I have fatigue, so here you see me trying to work from home, but I can't concentrate on any of it. This is my sharp spin. I can't, like I said, I can't concentrate on any of it. What else? Oh, my nose. I'm like this all the time on my nose, and that is driving me insane a little bit, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. And so far, other than feeling dreadful the next day, that's about it. Yeah. So that's my Humira journey so far. I'm hoping that because I'll be calm the next time, that it will make a difference to whether I record it or not. And I will record it and post it up for you to see that it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. My leg still feels a little dead. Still sort of have to move it quite around a lot. But other than that, yeah, I'm not anxious about the next injection in any way, which from what I've seen on YouTube so far, people injecting it is sort of different to what everybody else is saying. So I guess it's nice to have a different opinion. I'm literally the world's biggest baby. I mean, I've literally had to cover my sharps box because I can't handle needles. So if it's okay for me, I'm going to assume that you're going to be a lot braver than I am. So I will endeavour to film my next injection next week, like I said, and I'll see you then. Bye.